Ever feel just stuck? Like, you know you want to change, you know you need to, but the sheer thought of it all, it's just completely overwhelming. You make these promises to yourself, hoping things will just sort themselves out, but you always end up right back where you started. I get it, I've been there. But what if I told you that a real turning point isn't months away? It could be just 7 days from now. Seriously. Let's break down how that's even possible.
You know, this quote from the great Jim Rohn just hits the nail on the head. We can't just sit around and wait for a better life to happen to us. We have to go out and build it piece by piece. But here's the thing. Here's where most of us get it wrong. We try to change everything all at once. And what happens? We burn out every single time.
And that, right there, that's the whole secret. What if this isn't about jamming more tasks into your already packed schedule? What if instead, it's about fundamentally changing who you see yourself as, one tiny decision at a time? If that idea resonates with you at all, do me a quick favor and hit like and subscribe, because we are about to dive deep into exactly how you can do that.
Okay, let's start with the biggest trap we all fall into, trying to fix everything at once. It is a guaranteed recipe for failure. So our first pillar of real lasting change is all about making just one single commitment. And listen, this isn't even about the results, getting fit or reading more books. This is about building the single most important habit there is, the habit of actually trusting yourself again.
See, the point here isn't to get a six-pack in a week. The real goal is to prove to yourself that when you say you're going to do something, you actually do it. Think about James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits. He didn't start out by trying to become a best-selling author. No way. He just committed to writing one single page a day. That small, consistent act is what forged his identity as a writer.
So here's the playbook, and it's so simple. First, you choose one habit. Just one. Second, you make it so ridiculously small that it's almost impossible to fail. I'm talking one push-up, reading one page of a book, drinking one glass of water. Then, step 3, you honor that commitment like it's the most important meeting you have all day. Because the real habit you're building isn't the push-up, it's the act of showing up for yourself.
All right, moving on to our second pillar. Now, you can have the best intentions in the world, but if your engine is running on empty, you are going absolutely nowhere. We have to stop treating our health like it's some optional side quest in a video game and start seeing it for what it truly is, the essential fuel for everything else we want to accomplish. Just look at the mindset shift here. It's not about adding a workout to your endless to-do list. It's about seeing daily movement as non-negotiable fuel for your body. It's not about getting more sleep. It's about prioritizing quality rest. The hard truth for a lot of us is you might not actually be lazy or unmotivated. You might just be completely and utterly exhausted.
And this story just perfectly illustrates the high cost of getting that wrong. At the absolute peak of her career, building the Huffington Post, Arianna Huffington literally collapsed from pure exhaustion. That was her wake-up call. She realized in that moment that no amount of success, no amount of money is worth sacrificing your well-being. We don't have to wait for a collapse to finally learn that lesson.
So what does this actually look like day to day? It's all about the fundamentals. We're talking a 20-minute walk, protecting those 7 to 9 hours of sleep, drinking more water, choosing cleaner foods just a little more often. These are not extreme measures. They're the daily deposits you make into your energy bank account.
Okay, that brings us to pillar 3, and this one is all about your focus. In a world that is designed to fight for every second of your attention, the single most powerful thing you can do is to build a hard boundary to protect your first hour of the day.
Let that one sink in for a second. Every notification, every email, every news alert, it's all designed to pull you out of your agenda and into someone else's. Winning your morning isn't about some fancy productivity hack. It's about reclaiming your own attention so you can set the tone for a proactive day, not a reactive one.
So what does this non-negotiable boundary look like? It's simple. For the first 30 minutes of your day, the phone stays off, period. Start with a big glass of water. Then take just 5 minutes for some quiet thought, maybe some gratitude. And then, and only then, you identify the 1 to 3 things that will make today a win. This simple routine shifts you from chaos to control before the world even has a chance to mess with you. Our fourth and final pillar is all about where true, unshakable confidence really comes from. See, confidence isn't something you're born with, it's earned. And the way you earn it is by keeping an inner scorecard, by tracking the small wins that nobody else sees but that matter the most.
And hey, this is not some new idea. Benjamin Franklin famously kept a journal where he tracked his daily progress on 13 different virtues.
He knew that by measuring his progress, he was consciously shaping himself into the person he wanted to become. He was building his own private library of evidence that he was growing.
Because it's a simple truth in life. What gets tracked gets improved. When you take just 1 minute at the end of the day to acknowledge a small win, you went for that walk. You didn't check your phone first thing. You honored your one commitment. You give yourself tangible proof that you're moving forward. And that proof creates momentum. Momentum is the fuel for resilience.
All right, let's pull this all together. We've talked about the 4 core pillars. Start with just one commitment, treat your health as essential fuel, protect your first hour, and keep an inner scorecard. Now, it all comes down to what you do in your next 7 days.
What do you think would happen if, for just 1 week, you truly committed to this? You pick that one habit, you move your body every day, you win that first hour, and you track one small win each night. Just ask yourself, what would your life look and feel like 1 week from today? I think, deep down, you already know the answer to that. So the final question really isn't about what you're going to do, it's about who you will have decided to become. Because the life you really want is waiting for you on the other side of your discipline. And it's built in these small, daily decisions that no one else ever claps for, but that change absolutely everything. The time to start is now.